we all possess the ability to tap in to our inner pharmacy, to switch it on, activate it, awaken it, and use this to control our autonomic nervous system. A Legend of Soma. Now, if you've studied any kind of yoga or anything like that, you'll know that the ancient text that this comes from is the Rig Veda. The Rig Veda is nothing to do with Star Wars. That's Darth Vader. The Rig Veda is an ancient manuscript, thousands of years old. And nobody actually really knows the origins of this text. It's so ancient. What it was a collection of stories, hymns, and songs and verses that were written down, but from where they came from in time, nobody actually knows, okay, because it was so old. But in there were 50,000 references to a substance called Soma, okay, and Soma happened to be this psychedelic concoction, this elixir that the rishis who lived at the time, and this was the golden age of the planet where there was far fewer people and they lived for much longer than we do now. They lived in abundance and harmony with nature, very different from our time now. What happened was they were very much dependent on this Soma for reaching these ecstatic states where they would receive the knowledge and wisdom that would help them enhance their life on the planet. And they would use their states to speak to the heavens and the gods and other planets and other dimensions. And this psychedelic concoction you could liken to magic mushrooms or ayahuasca, things like that. However, they used it ritually, like a ceremony. It was a very ceremonial thing. It wasn't just something people did for, because it's trendy. It was part of the culture. However, the Soma starts to run out. This is the big twist in the whole story, is that when the Soma starts to run out, people went crazy. All the rishis went mad. And especially one of the rishis, the god Indra, went totally crazy because he was so hooked on the Soma. And he ordered everyone to go inwards to discover how to create the Soma within. You could say Soma is similar to the DMT that you find in like the psychedelic plants, okay? But we produce it naturally ourselves, okay? In abundance, actually, if we know how to tap into it. And the rishis discovered that actually through certain techniques, okay, which they called Tantra, which is the original forms of Tantra, they were able to create the Soma within, these ecstatic states naturally. And from that, then they discovered that we actually have every single substance that you could possibly need that exists out in nature in plants and things already. We make all the medicines we possibly need. We already make them naturally, but we've forgotten how to tap into it. And what they did was then they created these techniques, which are like using breathing techniques with energy locks and other movements, which then became the origins of pranayama, yoga, meditation. All these things were all designed to help you cultivate and wake up your inner pharmacy, okay, and to activate the Soma within, so you could have these supernatural-like experiences, which would create these superhuman states in people. Okay, so that became the foundations of yoga, tantra, meditation, Ayurveda, all of these things that become more mainstream now that we've heard of. And then it became the cornerstone of the Hindu religion, which is my background. However, I'm not a religious person, but I am very practical, and I like to look at the scientific explanations for why these techniques work and why have they become popular now, why are people doing them. And I wanted to figure out, why did I cure myself? How did I cure them? What was the exact mechanism? And this is when I discovered that we all possess the ability to tap in to our inner pharmacy, to switch it on, activate it, awaken it, and use this to control our autonomic nervous system.